Aries, and welcome to your general reading for the 4th week of May. So, what do we have here? The crowning energy for this week is Queen of Pentacles. The indication over here that the things that you want in terms of practical matters like finance, your job, project, something to do with house, something to do maybe with your self-employment or your hobby, whatever it might be, it still needs time to develop. You can see the potential, you can see the first results, you almost can see what it might be, but yet this needs time, it has to be nourished. And you kind of going through a stage where you know it and you're going to give it a lot of attention, and you're going to kind of try to find ways how you can grow it. But this is not coming to the fruition as yet. This is still stage of development. And over here in this section we have those two cards. They're talking about everything is to do with money, finance, job. And what do we have here? We have the 5 of Cups and we have King of Swords. And as you can see, this lovely Queen of Pentacles is looking into the direction of this 5 of Cups, and then we have this King of Swords. So how it reads to me, there is some kind of, it's not kind of disappointment, but it is, but it isn't. It's kind of hard to define it. It's just this feeling that you're not there yet. Whatever you want, it's almost you were chasing things that you thought they're going to be good or right for you. And for whatever reason, those things didn't come your way, but there was a reason for it, because they were not for you. And sometimes things that we want is not necessarily what we need. And I guess if you're going to see it from that perspective, that not always what you think is the best for you is actually the right for you. So the cards, they are strongly indicating being more pragmatic, and try to engage in more planning, but long-term planning. Equally, the message is that you might be faced with someone who is far much more I would say, how to put it, someone who's going to stand in your way, but it's going to stand in your way not in a meaning that it's going to, but it's going to stand in your way to make you think and reevaluate things. Is that to do with job, money, your own business? You might be facing someone or situation that is kind of giving you this stop. And it's for you to realise, or almost realign with what you really need instead of what you want. I don't know if that makes much sense, but that's the overall message. Things need time, and sometimes things are not working out because it's to show you the other bigger, greater things, but it's almost it's almost life is forcing you to change your way of thinking, or change the paradigm or that perception. It's the overall message is coming through to focus on what you have instead of you don't have. It's almost like the other people that are out there, and you feel like the other people that are doing ever so well. What is it that I'm not doing, or I'm doing that is not getting me there? But this is kind of from perspective, the grass is greener on the other side. And the cards, they're saying you have to be far much more pragmatic and understand that things that not always come easy, and time is needed. those two cards, they are talking about relations and relationships, and relations in general. That might be to do with our partners, our families, jobs and money as well. So what do we have here? We have a Six of Cups and we have a King of Cups. That's very interesting. You know, you might be, it's not like you being naive in your relationship, but you have a childlike sometimes attitude, and children, they're happy and they're easygoing and they're very open. But then, is that the relationship with your existing partner, new partner, with your family, whatever the relation might be here? And Cups, they're indicating it's Cups energy is talking about love, so and kind of romantic relationships. So there's no much, you know, that they're not indicating here anything to do with money or job. If you're offering something to someone, when you open up, when you give, what I'm saying or what I'm hearing, it's almost you have to give, you have to understand what is it that you're giving and for what reasons. Because some people they're happy to take, but they don't know or they don't realize that it's two-way street and it's give and take. And this is all about balancing it out. It's also about boundaries and understanding what are your boundaries, what is it that you're willing to give, and you don't feel like you're losing out because you're happy to give, and then there might be this kind of feeling of I'm losing out because I gave so much and it hasn't been appreciated or I haven't received anything back. So it's those two comes as a reminder to understand on which basis we are, on which ground we are basing our relationships with other people. If that is an existing relationship or new relationship or relationships with other people in general. Also, I think if you are in an existing relationship, it's going to be this yearning to kind of relight this early stages of your relationship. It's almost like getting your partner to, because if what I'm hearing that your partner is just got to stuck in their own ways, and it's all about open up the way of, it's about starting the conversation, starting to kind of engaging, because it's almost this another person is drifting away, because life kind of took over. It's about re-engaging, and if you are looking for a relationship and you're willing and very eager to get into the relationship, this is also a message here, is to remind you how to put it. You might be chasing someone who is not worthwhile, but the chase within itself, it's going to be a nice adventure. But this person is, they appear to be emotionally unavailable, or not ready, or not wanting, or very closed off. That's what it's coming through. In terms of the overall energy of the week, those three cards that's talking about, so this is kind of crowning energy and is feeding to those three. And we have a Nine of Wands, we have a Wheel of Fortune, and we have Knight of Cups. And Knight of Cups is kind of standing just below just to show you. Those two cards that are related to relations and relationships, and like you can see that this is all about giving and giving away your time, your emotions, your whatever it might be, your friendship. And the only question mark that is there to kind of realize what is it that you're giving and for what reasons you're giving that. In terms of the finance, job, your own business, you have this 9 of Wands that it's sitting underneath. And the 9 of Wands is to remind you that it might be hard, but stand your ground and wait. So whatever message was here, that you were thinking that other people that are better off, or other people that are far much more successful, or they're getting things that you would like to have, is to remind you that time is needed and stand your ground, and things will move. But it's almost like time is needed. I'm hearing things need time, and it's just go through this period. It's just go through this phase. That's the message for you. And we have right below your crowning energy of the week, which is Queen of Pentacles, we have a Wheel of Fortune. And Wheel of Fortune as a major arcana is showing you that you're going through a transformation period. So you set something in motion, or like now it's almost like whatever is going to happen, or whatever it's about to happen, it's already was set in motion. And now it's for you to kind of wait. So if you were going for a difficult period of time, or if things that were not the way how you'd want them to be, now the time is coming for a change. And this change, in a way, and I'm going to be very honest and upfront here, is out of your hands. So what this card is telling you, Aries, is to go with the flow. Go with the flow. It's almost life going to remodel your way of thinking. It's going to bring you what is needed. And it's, once again, it's the same message. It's about what you want and what you need. They're not necessarily aligned. So it's almost like life going to give you the little nudge and say, oh, look, what is out there? I'm going to show you other ways, because you might not see as you are now what other opportunities or possibilities that are out there for you. And I feel that's what life is about to present you with. But this is out of your hands, so it's almost the overall message is to go with the flow and kind of observe little things in your life. And kind of, it's not like wait in anticipation. It's about being aware of the change happening around you, and being able to pick up or sense the change. In terms of possible obstacles, we have a Three of Swords over here, and this is a disappointment, but this is disappointment that can be built on. So it's really up to you. In terms of this card is saying that it's really up to you how long you choose to feel disappointed, or if there's some kind of grieving. I don't really think that would be right. Grieving wouldn't cut it, but it's kind of sorrow, disappointment, kind of feeling of kind of disappointed with yourself as well. So it's an obstacle, but equally there's something that you can build on, because it's going to kind of, once again, is the same message, focus on what you have instead of you don't. Potential opportunities, and we have the Nine of Swords over here. Opportunity is that you can connect with yourself and realize your thought patterns. There's some kind of thought patterns or behaviors that are not really serving you, and you might be able to understand or catch yourself on how this is kind of running amok in a way with your life. So this is actually opportunity to understand what is it that is bothering you and recognize the pattern. The best possible way of approach, once again, and you have a King of Cups here twice, and this one also is in area of your relations and relationships. Kings are talking about completion, and Cups, they're holding emotions. So the best way of approach, what I'm getting, is to understand your own boundaries and what is it that you're willing to give, and what was it you're giving to take as well. But the overall message is coming through: don't chase people who don't really want to be with you. If you feel there are friends, people that you are chasing and you're not getting much back, this is all about realizing that maybe they shouldn't be in your life, or is to ask yourself question: is it worthwhile having those people in your life? Because if you have to go and chase someone if you give quite a lot and you're open and you want to engage and you're not getting much, what is this telling you? Is that telling you that actually you are you deserving this kind of treatment? It's all about self value over here. And this is a question the cards they're asking you to consider. What I'm getting, are you actually deserving being treated this way? What have you done to be treated that way? Is it fair? Is it right? They're asking me for you to, Aries, to ponder on it and ask yourself. So what is the additional commentary? Wow, you see, I love it. The Queen of Pentacles, you see, she kind of looks like she's, in my mind's eye, pregnant, is about to give birth, and this rune is all about new life. So if you're going to imagine that human pregnancy takes 9 months to develop, and women, they're going through the early stages of development to giving a birth. So whatever it is in your life that you want and you would like to develop, it needs time, and this is kind of a process, and you have to kind of be patient and wait. And those two cards are also talking about this. The Wheel of Fortune. Something is already in the air, and it's just to go with the flow and allow it to happen. And this card is also indicating the Nine of Wands. Stand your ground, wait. It is worthwhile waiting. So overall message is to actually it's a couple messages. First is to realize that things need time, and not always what we want is what we need, and to kind of focus on what we have instead of don't have. But equally what they were trying to bring across, it's about self-value and understanding what we give and what we're getting back. I hope this reading has resonated with you, or at least there was something you were able to take away from this reading. Thank you for tuning in, and much love to all of you out there.